Hello and good day, Mike Adcock here with some climatology on Erin. Now that Erin has formed as of the 15th of August, 15 Zulu, I just want to take a look at stats against climatology. Looking back since 1950, for August 15th, we normally see about 2.98 named storms. With Erin being this year's 5th named storm, that places us about 2 storms ahead of average, and that's slightly above 1 standard deviation of mean. The interesting thing here, we've been talking about, or you've seen a lot in the media anyway, about how this storm season is quite a bit below average, and that depends on how you look at the stats. In terms of just raw numbers of tropical cyclones, we are ahead of average. About 2, like I said, about 2 storms ahead of average. The thing is, they've been weak. We've seen, with Dorian, we've been seeing these storms that develop out to sea. They don't last very long. They get sheared. They get influenced by the stable air, the dry air. They don't really last long. So, while we are ahead in terms of tropical cyclones, if you look at hurricanes, we are a little bit behind. The earliest, or the average formation date for the first hurricane is actually July 29th. And the standard deviation there is about a month. So we are within that standard deviation. It's just a little bit below average anyway in terms of hurricane development. This being the 5th named storm, and of course this is being normalized, so we are counting subtropical storms, storms that get upgraded postseason, essentially everything that counts as a tropical storm or subtropical storm, something that would get a name today, and the average date there is August 29th, so about 14 days ahead of average, or 2 weeks there, and that's within 1 standard deviation of mean. Since 1950, looking at seasons with at least 5 named storms, 62 of the 63 are about 98.41%. The only outlier there, the only season that we didn't get our 5th named storm, was in 1983. We had 7 tropical depressions that season, but only 4 became a tropical storm. Erin is an original name from the 1979 name overhaul. Incidentally, the first time it was on deck was in 1983, the one season where we didn't reach her name on the list. So the first time it was being used, this is now the 5th time, but the first time Erin was used in the Atlantic Basin was back in 1989. Category 2 Hurricane Erin developed way out to sea in the eastern Atlantic. Didn't really affect a whole lot out there. 1995, 85 knot hurricane. Erin made landfall in Florida. And then in 2001, that was the first major hurricane with the name Erin, and that brushed Newfoundland prior as it was beginning to decay. And then back in 2007, the last time this name was used, a tropical storm developing just off the shore of Texas there, 35 knots, just barely made tropical storm strength prior to landfall. Taking a look at this season now, again, now that Erin has formed, we have throttled back a little bit. The last storm, Dorian, back in July of the 24th of July. So it's been a little while since we've had a storm. Since then, that's put us a little bit behind the curve. We were about 2.5 named storms. Now we're just about 2 storms ahead of average. In terms of how far ahead on the calendar, we went from a month to about 2 weeks ahead. So climatology is catching up with this season, but again, we are still a little bit ahead of normal. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and please take care.